G'day, legends. It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here. Before we get stuck into another great interview brought to you by Crannk.com and thatmetalstation.com, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and that way you can keep up to date with all the best music and interviews from all over the world. Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here with Crannk.com and with thatmetalstation.com. So tonight, wherever you are in the world, it is with great pleasure that I'm getting to have a chat with Blind Marc, drummer for Dayglo Abortions. Some of you may remember that I did have a chat with Murray the Cretin Acton last year. I think it may have been early last year for his solo album. I think it was the COVID-19 Nervous Breakdown Blues. But Mark, thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Yeah, no problem. Good to be here.
Absolute pleasure, man. Keith hit me up and he said, would you like to have a chat with Mark? Want to get him out there a little bit more so people are aware of who he is. But what I'm really keen to know about, man, is how did you originally first get into drums? Was this like the first instrument you got into? Tell me about your love for drums and where it all kind of began from.
I started playing the drums when I was 11. I always just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of always like was tapping away on coffee tables or whatever. And then I had older brothers that, started going to punk shows in the mid 80s. And then they took me to my first show when I was a kid, when I was 11. It was SNFU and Beyond Possession. Like I grew up in the Edmonton area in Alberta, which is it's like right now I'm living in Victoria on Vancouver Island, which is British Columbia. So Alberta is the next province over. So that's where I grew up. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Edmonton Oilers, but that's where I grew up there. I started going to gigs when I was a kid, like 11 years old, and then basically, started tapping on the wall on the coffee table and started playing the drums the next day. And 35 years later, 30 bands later, still going strong here.
Yeah, well, tell me a little bit about first some of your early punk influences, man, since you were just talking about it.
The funny part is like when I first actually started playing the drums, this was back in the mid 80s, late 80s, probably 87, 88, when I had a set of drums in my basement. And then I had back then, we had cassette tapes. So I'd throw on my Walkman and play along to like Metallica, DRI, Slayer, SNFU. And then, funny enough, I used to play along to the Dayglo's Fetus of Fetus. That's pretty much where I learned how to play my punk beat, was listening to that album. So fast forward, like probably around 95 when I moved out to Victoria, I started up a band called Drunk Tank. And, we got to know the Dayglos and we used to open up for them around Victoria all the time. And then in the fall of 2000, they had a tour lined up down the west coast of the U.S. with Dr. No from Oxnard, California. And Bonehead couldn't get across the border because he had like a pot charge or something like that from when he was a kid that didn't get dealt with. So they called me up and said, hey, we're heading out on the road tomorrow. Can you come with us? And I was like, okay, yeah, sure thing, And that was like just pretty much about a year after Death Race 2000 came out. So I knew how to play all the songs from Fetus, no problem. So those I just pretty much had to learn all the new songs. So the first show or two was a little bit rough, but we nailed it. It's pretty good trip for sure.
Yeah, and what was it like coming over and joining like Dayglo Abortions officially, like considering that this was a band that you were listening to like early on and you coming over and playing drums for them as well?
Oh, it was awesome. Like, I mean, to this day, like whenever we just played a show on Saturday there up on the Sunshine Coast over on the mainland there, and I'm telling you, I'm pretty much like ready to pinch myself like halfway through the set, going, "Holy shit, am I actually like doing this? I'm playing. I get to play like drums for the Dayglos. Like, what the hell's going on here? It's like it's pretty. Yeah, it's I'm pretty honored for sure, man. Murray's still writing the hits. 40 some years later. So
Yeah, he
So
definitely has
yeah,
a lot to say. He's a really, really cool guy. I remember when I had a chat to Murray, I was just blown away by what he had to say. But not only, being the legendary punk guy he is from Canada, but he was very intelligent as well. Really had a lot to say. And you listen to a lot of his music, and it does have a lot to say politically as well.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just recorded the new album last year, their Hate Speech, and it's out on like digital and CD right now, and it's actually like it's going to the press in October, so it should be out on vinyl in November, I think.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about the latest album for Dayglo Hate Speech. What was that like making that one, man? Tell me a little bit more about that one, because
Yeah, it was really fun. We went out to Edmonton there. Our buddy Rob, he works at a studio there. It's our buddy Terry. I think the studio is called the Physics Lab in Edmonton there, and yeah, they're great guys. They hooked us up, like killer sound. Like the drums are just sound amazing. Like I mean, the whole album sounds amazing, but I'm pretty stoked on the drums for sure. Like
yeah,
probably the best drum sound I've ever had for sure.
yeah, and the best place people can track that one down is over on Bandcamp as well. How's the punk
Yeah,
scene and everything going over there in Canada now? Everything's come back as well, and I know he's recently had that tour with Citizen Rage as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously because of COVID, we were off. Not really doing anything for 2.5 years, and basically, yeah, we did a trip out east in April with Random Killing from Toronto. We did about 10 shows with them, and then we did about a month all the way across Canada from Victoria all the way out to Halifax with yeah, Citizen Rage, and then our buddies out there Hell Bent. They met up with us out in the Maritimes, and then we played a few shows with the Ripcords from Montreal, and played this festival in Ontario called Spider Fest. It's kind of they've been doing it for probably like since the '80s, and we played that with Random Killing and the Ripcords that our other buddies dragged in. You should check that band out; they're awesome.
Yeah, I've been
And
furiously writing little notes here as we have been
yeah,
talking, Mark. That's for sure.
yeah. No, like everybody is totally stoked. Like pretty much. I mean, obviously, every time you go on the road, you got to play on a Monday or a Tuesday night, so those shows aren't always the best. But for the most part, people were coming out in droves, and just like basically like putting their hair down and being like, "Yeah, fucking hey, time to party." It's like 2.5 years of being locked down. People are ready to have some fun. So yeah, it's pretty much a positive, good experience all around.
Yeah, and that's something that Murray mentioned that he was really, really keen to get back on the road again, catching up with the fans. And I've actually watched some of the live performances. They are really quite rowdy as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely a lot
Yeah,
of
and then
fun.
and actually, I was just gonna mention too. When there was a lockdown and we were all like pretty much like not doing anything, I got myself a computer and some recording software, and I ended up just recording my solo album in my living room. But I only had electric drums, but so I ended up, and it's called the Isolated Earthlings, and I ended up sending all the files to Rob from who recorded the Dayglo's album out in Edmonton there, and he convinced me when I was out there last summer with doing the Dayglo's record to re-record the drums and the bass and a lot of the vocals. So that's pretty much it's all mixed and mastered, and I'm just waiting for the final artwork, and that's going to be out here pretty quick too. I'm going to put that out on my Bandcamp page. So
What's your Bandcamp page there, Mark?
my Bandcamp page is it's blindmarc.bandcamp.com.
Yep.
So blind marc.bandcamp.com. And right now there's not really, it's kind of just got my bio and my photo and stuff. I'm
Yep.
still, so it should be pretty much like I should have stuff up there in the next 2 weeks to a month. I'm just waiting for all the final artwork, and I'm gonna put my album up there and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna be. I actually just did an interview with Absolute Underground That's going to
Nice.
be out in October. That's like a punk rock magazine over here in Canada.
Nice. It must be a lot of fun getting out and doing some of these interviews as well. I'd been listening to
Yeah,
Dayglo Abortions, and I seen like Blind Marc, and I wasn't sure until Keith said, no, this artist is actually a blind artist. What's it been like for you, as an artist like that coming through the scene? I know the punk and metal scene is so loving, and it's just, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It's all about the music. But what's it been like for you
yeah.
with this, mate?
Well, I mean, you know, pretty everyone's like really accepting, and like I said earlier, I had older brothers, so they kind of took me under their wing when I
Wing.
was younger, and I started playing in bands with all their buddies, and they kind of just everyone just kind of looked out for me my whole life, and thankfully I got a lot of opportunities. A lot of blind people, they're unemployed and they don't, it's hard to get a job when you're blind. In Canada here, I don't know what it's like in Australia, but
Yep.
it's like 65% of blind people are unemployed. So luckily I started playing the drums when I was a kid, and that's kind of given me a few extra opportunities to get out there and you know
Get
play
out
some
there.
shows and yeah, just meet people and
Yeah.
so I've been doing it a while. I've been playing in bands for like since the early 90s, so like 30 years now, and yeah, it's just that's the funnest part, is traveling around and just meeting people and
And then just blowing
going
them
to
out as well, them coming and watching you play, and then you go, hey, bro,
yeah,
like shit, man. And they go, wow, dude. Like it's just you
yeah,
listen to the music, and it'd be the same for you. The music would be your bloody world.
oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. Like I'm always like I said, I'm always tapping away. I've always got some kind of song in my head. And unfortunately, I haven't been able to get over to Australia yet, because I like in 2000, basically, when I joined the Dayglos here, I was just the U.S. drummer for 10 years, because Bonehead still did Canada and
Yep.
Australia and Europe and everything. So I've pretty much been full time since the end of 2010. But the 3 or 4 times when they went to Australia in the 2000s, I was Bonehead that was over there with them. So I haven't been able to get there yet, but
Damn, we got to get you.
hopefully
Got
one day.
Dayglo's over here again. Dayglo Abortions need to get back over to Australia. I know Murray seemed pretty keen when I spoke to him last year as well,
Yeah,
and we got a really keen, passionate punk scene as well. It's always something that's been really close to my heart as well. It's
yeah,
like punk, metal. It's just always gone so close together, especially the hardcore scene. I was huge into hardcore back with the Sick of It All and everything like that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to get over there for sure. It'd be like blind guy. I'd be like Mr. Magoo, though, walking past all the deadly spiders and jellyfish and alligators and all that shit.
Yeah,
But I think it'd be awesome, though.
it would be absolutely amazing. We would love to have you over here, man. Tell us a little bit about making that solo album, man. What was it like kind of diving into that during that time and making that solo album?
Yeah, it was. I was just kind of bored, not playing shows, and it's honestly, it's kind of like half comedy, half rock and roll. I'm just like I got a song called "Ode to SCTV." That's like an old TV show from the back in the early '80s, and I got a song called "Spaceballs." The old movie there,
Yep.
the Mel Brooks movie, and yeah, it's just kind of like. Yeah, I was just kind of like, and the world's just so messed up right now. Everything's just so polarized, and people are just, people just, you can't say anything anymore without somebody wanting to kill you. So it's just like, I just figured, you know what? Like, people have to laugh, man. We got to listen to music and we got to laugh. Like, we're all humans here. When shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
like, we're all going to be in the same boat. Doesn't matter what political beliefs you have or whatever. We all still have like arms and legs, and we're still human. So like we got to find a way to find some common ground and get along. So I
Exactly.
figure I don't have any solutions to any of the problems, but I figure I can put out an album and make people laugh and tap their toes or whatever they want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to that, dude. I'm going to jump over, find you on Bandcamp and give that a follow as well. Mark, I'm going to get you to pick a
yeah.
couple of tracks off the latest Dayglo Abortions and quickly tell me about that track or why you picked it or anything about that one. 2 tracks, mate.
About the last one?
Yeah, off of Hate Speech, sure.
Oh, I think probably one of my favorite ones is Kill, 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 just because it's just so fun to play that one. It's just so heavy, and then it just go like it starts out kind of like mid tempo, and then it goes fast, and then it's just like yeah, that one's awesome. And I don't know, I like Raised on Chestnut's a pretty good one. That's kind of like that's kind of just like I don't know, whatever. That just listen to that one. I'm not going to explain it. I'll probably get canceled or something. So
Yeah, you gotta be
yeah,
careful these days. Like I've learned, like it's a funny fucking world. Like everyone's got their it's opinions, but you got to be. Everyone puts them out there, and sometimes with me, what I do, I try not to have an opinion on fucking anything,
exactly,
which is bloody
exactly.
hard. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
I know, I
and you
know.
don't. It's not because you don't want to have an opinion or you want to be a fucking automaton. It's just sometimes people, I don't know, get their nose out of joint. It feels like a society now where you just really can't speak your mind. Sometimes it's weird.
Well, yeah. Well, I remember growing up, it was always the golden rule was don't talk politics or religion. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Oh
I'm not
fucking
gonna go
oath.
up. Yeah, I'm not gonna go up to some Mormon and say, yeah, what?
What?
Joseph Smith didn't talk to a salamander. What the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm not, I don't, if people can believe whatever the hell they want, it's not my job or like, you can't be telling people what to think or what not to think. Like,
Yeah.
and you can't villainize people just because they don't agree with you. Like, we're all humans. We all have individual thoughts and
Thoughts.
opinions. And, that's what, like, if we're all just part of the collective Borg society, who wants to live in that like world? I don't.
Yeah, I know. It's definitely. I always thought that they're like assholes. We've all got one, but not everyone wants to see it. That's for fucking sure.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why, like, yeah, I put out my album. It's like, hopefully make people laugh and forget about the messed up world and all that. And yeah, I don't know. People just need to stop taking everything so seriously and just try
Yeah,
to get along. And
chill the fuck out, smoke some weed or something, dude. Just
yeah,
relax the fuck up,
yeah,
world. Chill out, crank up some
yeah,
punk. Marc,
yeah.
this has been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Really, really great to catch up. Hopefully, catch up with you again sometime soon. Do you have any last words, shout outs, thank yous, or anything you'd like to add in there, my friend?
Um, yeah, I guess hopefully we'll be over in Australia at some point. We might be playing some well, let's if the world doesn't implode by next summer, we got some festivals lined up over in Europe. We might be playing Rebellion Fest over in England and Hellfest in France.
Fuck yeah.
That's not written in stone, but that's what I've been hearing. I don't book the show. I play the drums, but that's what I've been hearing. So it sounds like we got a lot coming up like next year. So
I'd love to get over to Hellfest one year. That's kind of like my on my bucket list. Hellfest would be bloody unreal. Have you ever been over there?
Um, I haven't been to Hellfest, but I was with the Dayglos in 2012. We went over to Europe and we played like all over Germany and Netherlands and played a few shows in Italy and
Oh yeah.
where else we played? We played a show in Prague, Slovenia, Austria, and there might have been a couple more. There's about 7 or 8 different countries, but yeah, it was awesome.
The
It was
punk
really
scene over
fun
in
for
Europe
sure.
would be bloody wild, eh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, we
Yeah.
played this festival in Germany with Marky Ramone's band and Peter and the Test Tube Babies, and who else played? DOA was over there, and the
Damn.
Rosillos. Yeah, that was a good time for sure.
Yeah, that would have been a bloody great run of shows for sure.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So yeah, I'm hoping Rebellion Fest is going to happen because that'll be, that's the thing. We've never really been over to England yet. That's kind of where like all the hardcore shit got
Yeah.
started.
No shit, you haven't been to
That's
England yet. That would be fucking
no, no.
dude, that would be dope. You guys would have an absolute blast over there, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, go and play with like the Exploited and all
Yeah.
those bands, the GBH.
I
Yeah,
love the
there's so many
Exploited,
good,
dude. That
good.
was definitely one of the earlier ones I was into for sure. I had that Beat the Bastards tape actually, and I think I wore it out. I played it that much.
Yeah, cool. Oh, there's so much good music over in punk bands like the Verukers, Chaos UK, fucking Abrasive Wheels, the Partisans. Oh, there's so many good English bands for sure. So
Fuck
that'll
yeah.
be awesome if we ever get over there, definitely.
Nice. Hell yeah. Let's make it happen. Marc, thank you so
Yeah.
much. Everyone get along to grab the Dayglo Abortions. Everyone keep an eye out for Marc's solo album as well. Jump onto that link. Give it a follow. Marc, thank you so much, my friend. You have a lovely evening, mate. And it was very great to catch up with you.
Yeah, you bet, man. Take care.
You too, brother. Take care. See you, mate.
Yeah, for sure.
Mate, hey, fucking my man, fucking Jobber, that fucking metal guy